So good morning children. How are you all? Hope you're all doing good. And you have been now back to into your action to revise your chapters. So if we remember, we had a in the previous session we had a discussion on the what topics we discussed in the chapter metals and non-metals. So we ended up with our topic ionic compounds and their physical properties. So if you see, metals combine with non-metals to form compounds. So now, if suppose I want to get a metal, obtain a metal means basically they are found in the form of compounds, which are nothing but your ionic compounds. Now, where do I extract these metals from? These metals I obtain from, yes, under the earth surface or maybe even from water. But yes, earth's surface or the earth's crust is the best source of water, these metals. But are they present in the form of metals? No, definitely not. They are going to be found in the form of some mixtures or compounds. So let us see what all, in what form is the metal actually found in the nature. So in the nature, metals will be present as minerals. In the sense, they are naturally occurring materials which contain metal or their compounds. Now, if you see, soil everywhere is a sort of mineral because your soil contains lot of metals in the form of their salts. But then, can we get metals from everywhere? No, definitely not. We are going to obtain these metals from the minerals which are going to have a very high amount of metals and which can be profitably extracted and which are only termed as ore. And I hope in your geography chapters you must have come across these terms minerals and ore. So ore is nothing but the mineral which contains high concentrations of metals which can be extracted. So that is why. And if you see, ores are given a specific name, maybe iron ore, zinc ore, manganese ore. Why that term zinc ore or manganese ore or iron ore? Indicating that that particular ore is the best source of that particular chemical. When I say zinc, maybe it contains because it contains zinc in maximum amount. Of course, there may be some other materials as well. So now, how we are going to obtain these metals from the ore? Now, when we were discussing the chemical properties, we came across the arrangement of metals in a particular order. Yes, I think you could recall the term. Yes, reactivity series, wherein the metals were arranged in the decreasing order of the reactivity series. Now, this complete reactivity series I can broadly divide into three categories. First, the one which are highly reactive, and which are the most highly reactive, the one which are lying in the top order, and which are those potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. Since they are highly reactive, just guess children in what form they may be existing in the earth's crust. Yes, they will be found mostly in the form of compounds since they are very highly reactive. Any sort of compounds, maybe sulfides, maybe chlorides, maybe oxides, but they will be definitely existing in compounds but never in a free state. And why they are never in a free state? Because they are very highly reactive. Coming to the moderately reactive. Now this begins with your zinc, iron, lead and copper. Now copper we can also actually place under the least reactive category. Now these are moderately reactive. That means they are also not found in free state, but definitely they are found in selectively compound states. Now what are the selectively compound states? Maybe in the form of their oxides, maybe in the form of their sulfides, or maybe in the form of their carbonates. So that means if I have to extract the highly reactive metals or the moderately reactive metals, I have to extract from their compounds. Coming to the last category, that is your least reactive, starting from Hg, yes, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. Since these are least reactive, guess how would they be extracted from the earth? Yes, they will be found in the free state. So, in the sense, they are just having some kind of external impurities. So, this can be just extracted and going to be physically treated to obtain the purest form. And since these are least reactive, they are never going to react, most of the time don't react with the compounds with other elements. But you have an exception here, like copper, mercury, silver. They will be found in both their free state as well as in their compound state, and preferably what kind of compound state? Maybe mostly in the form of in the form of your sulfides or carbonates.